Okay, today we're going to show you how to use the Neighborhood Network. It's a great location. You can post jobs, you can post some of your hobbies and crafts that you do. You can also find a lot of stuff. So here's how to use the site. It's a lot easier than you think. The first thing you'll need to do, of course, is register. Just click the register button, fill in your username, whatever name you'd like, your password, verify your password, and put in an email address. You'll notice over here we actually have something called the security code. You need to make sure you enter that just the way it looks. When you do that, it helps protect everybody on the system. So make sure you enter that, because without that code, you won't get registered. When you're finished registering, you're going to get an email at your email address. That's going to have a link that you need to click on. It'll bring you back to a screen much like this. And then you'll log in. You'll log in using your username and your password. And that's all you need. Just click login and you're in the neighborhood. The screen looks a little different now that you're in the neighborhood. You'll notice the very first thing here, it says I will, and then submit. We'll ignore that for now, and you can too. First thing I like to do is scroll down, go to a few pages, see what's up there. Maybe there's something you need. Anyway, I've looked through enough, and I'm going to post my own job. So I can go here, where it says post a job, or I can go on the side here. Both work just the same. You click that, the screen changes, and you'll say exactly what you're going to do. You'll also decide what category you're going to put your job or your hobby craft item in. Then you're going to see how much you want to charge for it. And keep in mind when you select a price, if it's a great deal, a lot of people will buy it. If it's not a great deal, not too many people are going to buy it. For example, if I want my lawn cut and I find somebody who's willing to cut my lawn for $125, I'm probably going to keep looking. Next, if you have a web address or a demo website that you want to have on your job listing or your craft listing, go ahead and enter that right in here, just like it actually appears. You want to make sure you have the HTTP and the colon and the slashes, and then your web address. Now, if you have a video on YouTube or a place like that, for example, you can enter the link right here. Make sure you do it just like the instructions show you there. The single most important thing on this is going to be the description. You want to be as descriptive as possible to let potential buyers of your service or craft know exactly what it is you're selling. Right below that are keywords. Those are important too. For example, if you're going to cut somebody's lawn, you may want to put in lawn, comma, grass, comma, cutting, comma, cutting grass. Notice that I put a comma between most of those, and that's because right here we're told separate with a comma. The next the next box is maximum days to finish the job. Let's talk about that for a minute because sometimes that's a little misunderstood. For example, let's say that I'm going to cut somebody's lawn. Now, obviously, the maximum days to finish that job aren't going to be 2 or 3 days, but it might be 2 or 3 days before I can get to that job. So I would enter 3 down there. If I was making crafts, perhaps it's going to take me a day or two just to make the item before I can mail it off to the person. And I'll put down how many days it's going to take me to make that, like 2 days. Finally, you can hit browse here and find an image on your computer that will actually show what it is you're going to do. You know, if you're going to mow a lawn, it's probably not a great idea to show you mowing a lawn. Might be a better idea to go to Google Images and just get a picture of somebody mowing a lawn, save it to your computer, and then upload it here. When you're all done with that, hit submit a job, and your job is live. Now, how do you know your job is live? Well, first you could go home. Just click that home button, and you'll see the jobs right there. Yours would have been up the top, unless it wasn't a featured one, and then it would appear right around in this area. Secondarily, you can also go to the sidebar and see My Jobs. That actually lists the jobs you currently have running. Now notice up here it says Contact DW. That's so one of the people on the site who may want to buy an item you have or one of your services can actually contact you. If they click that, it brings up a little window which has the subject and what they would like to say to you. You can also add an attachment, and when you do that again, you browse your computer and add the attachment. So that's a pretty versatile thing. Finally, you may want to have a certain thing that you just don't find on the network. Well, you know, everybody in the neighborhood wants to help everybody else. Scroll down to the bottom here and see where it says Suggest and your username wants. You type in there what you want, and then you hit Suggest. That will appear just like this one did. Here's someone who needs 2 gutters cleaned for $30. It's a small one-story home. Anyway, sooner or later, you know, somebody's going to come along and say, I need $30, and I'm going to go clean those gutters. That's how you can find people to either make items or do services that you need done. That's pretty much it, folks. That's the Neighborhood Network, and welcome to it. We hope you have fun. We hope you make a little extra cash. Most of all, we hope you make new friends.